I think the cruelty of the regime is that the father is really, really against me, and he just promoted Vanessa and gave Vanessa all my dreams. And Vanessa doesn't need any more help. I actually was suffering without help, and he's excessively drinking and punishing me in the public eye. And then it's like I don't have any access to meaningful activities. I don't have support systems against the people that are oppressing and my enemies. It's like you threw me straight into enemy territory, and you've signed my life away so that this black family can reign, and have made me Black Hollywood, so I can't go overseas because I'm kept as an animal, and I don't want to be livestock like this. It's, you know, I've never had happiness because of their military experiments on me being happy because of the sexual assaults. It's endless suffering, and this pop that always abuses me and makes sure everyone's beautiful but me. And so I don't need to have any more of this. I was going to be a great person. I put so much progress into my mind and to focusing on what I want to achieve. But a woman shouldn't have to be violently imprisoned in her home, and gangsters violently abusing her, blackmailing me on the internet, blackmailing me on the dark internet, constantly subjugating me next to Kiki. He's abused me for years, this father. Black Noire, like, abused me with the cops that she's better than me every country I go to. That's why it's just so unfair. They just never stop being very abusive to who I am, and not even taking into consideration that really my face got ruined. How can I compete with a woman that hasn't had her face ruined? It's not a fair comparison. It never has been. And to disembowel me as a punishment because I wanted to speak and have communication, so they bullied me in my face so I can't speak in public again, and they've made me so subjugated in all this cancel culture and outcasting socially, and then they're abusing me as a prisoner in my home, and they're taking away the right to have health care, this Beelzebub bee, these bees, which is the government, and he's banning me going all over the world to have relief. And it's like I'm never going to have a good life because of what John did to me. John could have just left me alone, but instead he wanted to use me and my connections to show off him and Vanessa are good looking. That's all it was. It was this massive thing that they're good looking. They tortured me on some boat that I'm a pippy with a big fucking penis, and stopped me having any access to social support, humanitarian rights and humanitarian groups. They wanted to silence me. They don't want me to be in public speaking. They don't want me to have communication. But what I'm saying is the reason I'm so skilled is because I was a progressive person, and I was an amazing person, and they refused to let me shine. And I feel like you do this World Cup about work, and then you destroy somebody's flesh, and then you torture them in the public, parading that flesh around, and then you make me punished with actual assaults because they kept blaming me as a homewrecker and sleeping with other people's men. I actually got assaulted, and now it's like, what am I meant to do? They're making the whole system outcast me, and the whole thing is about everyone being happy. Don't be with me, I'm miserable. But it's repression. It's a repression of my rights. It's repressing me having any social inclusion, and they're making me feel like I don't fit in by pushing me out and abusing me, that I'm not good looking enough to have any friends. So I didn't have this bullying before, and I want to know why I'm being treated like that. Like, why there's always masses of mobs abusing the way I look. And just to make sure that these girls get to sing and be happy and fulfilled, he has taken away all of my happiness, the torture of my stomach, and he's blackmailing me with toilets all these years, been sexually assaulting me all these years. I'm just asking if anybody can help me, because I was a fun person. Like, I'm not just fun, if I'm at work, I'm focused on work. I'm not focused on fun. If I'm with my friends, I focus on having fun with my friends. Like, I don't know, like, Anna seems to be really nasty that I'm mean and I'm less and punishes me because they all want to be so intellectually superior with Ruben and his girlfriend. It's like, that girl's like an actress, though. I'm pretty sure she doesn't actually have this brain. I'm pretty sure you just keep tying me to a tree that I'm a dollar dog and ruining my vagina and degrading my mental capacity and repressing me of having any social support, taking me away from my family and dismantling everything that I've ever built in my entire life. I would not learn all these skills in life if I wasn't progressive, if I didn't have these side businesses. I've got enough skills, and it was like the reason I haven't done my degree is because I needed a stable area and home, and I became mature, and I became very, very much like full of anxiety. Unless I had real stability, I didn't want to start my degree. I was getting pushed into it because it's my dream, but I don't want to unless I've got real stability, because I'm somebody that just needs to concentrate on the degree. I don't want to concentrate on being homeless and trying to finish a degree. It's never going to work. It's going to cause a lot of problems. So at this stage, it's a waste of time. All my dreams, they've just sold them. They've sold my dowry. They've sold 2 relationship, wife, husband, and sold the rings, destroyed my vagina out of it. Like, I'm not just saying they've just cut it right apart. They've injected it with kind of like parasites or something. Like, really, really cruel. They don't want me to have love in this life. And it's just so shattering, because my family did nothing but give peaceful love to each other. Like, we were just so Chinese and westernized, like, from being in our culture, and all I've tried to do is be selflessly caring to my friends when things are going on. Like, I can tell you a lot about these friends that are probably saying bad things. I can remember going on a trip with Tina and her really surprising me by belting out this dance and like shaking and twerking and all sorts of stuff. And then, like, the things that make me happy about my friends is their spontaneity, because a lot of my friends, I love that they're just normal. Say, like, the girl that we were with is Penny. She's a Korean, and she looks really straight-faced and boring. But during our outing, she became so funny and playful and started chucking buckets of water on us, like, while we're eating, and just being really cheeky. And it was really fun, and that's what I like, is that I was so happy with these girls. They were definitely giving, that's what the thing, you can't make somebody one person. Like, during the right circumstances, I'm actually a really, really fun person, when I can feel like other people are just as fun and there's no barriers to safety. But I'm not safe. I'm really repressed and abused, and the psychology, I'm really angry about the psychology of the situation, because it's not ethical to keep using psychology as a way to scam the public and then start taking the glory and the fruits of my labour. Every time I've created something, I get publicly punished under a psychosis scam, or that I need to take my medication, or that I am like really, really fat and ugly for this man, or I'm such a joke, or, I've always got something repressing or abusing me out of my rights. And I don't want to continue. I don't want Ruben's family oppressing me. Like, this Miranda's all over the world, so I can't just go and do my job. Like, his family have financially abused me for years and years, and I don't know why. And I needed help. I need to talk to people. It is my natural disposition, and it's the things that I have learned in my life is to communicate, and she wants to shut that down too. Anything about me that's talented, she's absolutely destroyed it and punished me so severely in the public eye. And you keep telling me that it's boredom, but it's not. It's stress. It's almost a year and a half alone and torturing me, excluding me as boredom, excluding me as imaginary, excluding me as a hypochondriac. But now I've got cancer of the stomach. Now I'm isolated. Now if I do anything meaningful, I'm getting beaten. It's a very cruel, cruel punishment. And to give me HIV to make sure I never have a husband again, that's real sadistic. That's to keep their McBride company going, and it's so abusive. You know how they're doing all those weddings? It was to make sure I have never been fulfilled emotionally, and it's a form of sacrifice to the devil, and my memory is not I've got a really good memory. That's the thing. So at this stage, I believe Asians have just murdered me, and possibly Germany. And I've lost all of my family. I got gang raped, and I don't have anything to live for, because the future belongs to those who believe in their dreams. And what are you meant to do if you're like being punished for dreaming? You know, there was nothing to do in a mental ward. He gave me something to dream about that felt like such a nice thing to like think about, rather than all these mental patients, rather than like how I'm being bullied so harshly. It gave me a little bit of a dream to think about for about 10 minutes, and I got really severely punished over this ring that I sent that was worth $100 from Pandora. I got really abused and then tortured as a commoner. When I talked about being one of a kind in one of my love stories, they've absolutely brutalized me over that. I want my right to die, because I've been treated so cruelly, and it's not my fault. And it's not that I don't want to live with HIV. I've got real obsessive compulsive disorder about health. And for her to give me HIV, it's like she's spending her life destroying my life. Do you understand? That's how I feel. Why have I progressed in all these applications to all these voting? Everything that I've done has been destroyed. So what I'm saying is there's no hope. They want me to die. Why don't I die? Because I don't want to live under this occupation anymore. I don't want to live under this repression. I don't feel satisfied of life, and I don't want to keep going if I'm going to be abused. That's not what we're here for. We're here for happiness. And I can't be happy under all these people watching me like a specimen, all these people abusing me sexually. What about my happy home? Who gave you the right to just come in and destroy my happiness?